Yeah, another thing is that I often wonder why we have this rabid thing about capitalism and communism. I mean, especially in local body politics, because we don't give a rat's ass what brand it is, as long as it gives us a service that's cheap. You know, it's not going to cost us an arm and a leg. We don't want our garbage picked up at $1,000 a day. We just want it picked up. And that's a whole new set of blogs, by the way. But I'm just saying there are some things the communists can do much more effectively than the capitalists. And they each got to recognize that the other one is best in that sort of line. I mean, capitalism has shown how it shines in manufacturing, making huge quantities of whatever, for whatever, you know, but not in how we handle day-to-day things. They're not very good at that. So, we've got a case now where local body politics wants to increase everything, you know, the cost of picking up garbage, the cost of picking it up, you know. We have a case here in New Zealand, in the major city here, Auckland, where they've been spending $3 million every year picking up what they call inorganic. The inorganic is picked up by people the council is contracted, and that basically is companies with big sharks. Yeah, I was the boss of one of these things once. Well, not the boss. I was the head mechanic. Okay, and I found that what they actually did was the guys went out there and they threw all the inorganic into the back of the truck, and whatever wasn't damaged to start with certainly was now. So if you think about how high a truck is off the ground, you got to have some pretty strong guys to do this. So you got to have 2 guys at least. We had a front-end loader as well. So you figure you've got a circumstance where you got a $100,000 truck and a $100,000 loader and a couple of guys trying to do this. Well, what should happen actually is that actually another thing, negative thing that comes out of that is that, you know, because they have to do so many at once, you get everybody and his dog out there fussing through all this piles of garbage, inorganic in front of their house. And of course it gets scattered a bit. So, to solve all the problems at once, I went to the council with this idea, that help me out here and let me have one of your tractors and small trailers, you know, one of these lower trailers. So basically what I can do is put a ramp on the back of the trailer and be able to wheel it up with a 2-wheeler, you know, ordinary 2-wheeler, and the tractor to pull it. They don't need more fitnesses in the city. So yeah, as long as they're a slow tractor, you know, you can't go 50 miles an hour. Of course, they're limited to 30. So, great promise. And I thought that if one person did that, only one, the cost would be much, much less. You can't afford a high overheads on this sort of thing, because you're not picking up a great lot of stuff, you know, that's resellable. Plus you need, in fact, permission from the council to do this, and access to a tip. because some of the stuff you will have to go to the tip. But in our case, when we picked it up, everything went to the tip. Didn't save bugger all. And I still think they work that way, or very much, because they can't really afford to, when they're spending at least $100,000, at least, on picking it up. They can't afford to piss around with something worth only $1 or $2. So I would say that it probably mostly still goes to landfill, which is a mistake in a country like New Zealand, where the land area is very small. Actually, we've got a very high density of people. That's one thing I first noticed when I came here. There's no place you can have a piss without somebody singing. You're within sight of somebody all the time. It gets quite perplexing. Anyway, that I took this plan to the council, and they actually rejected me because I wasn't a registered legal entity. That's it. I don't know what the hell they mean by that, other than they must think that if something goes wrong with the plan, they can sue me. I'm trying to save them money. $3 million every year. Why would they want to sue me over that? I mean, I got bugger all, and I don't want anything. But I did get my last shot over the bow when I said, I've done so much with so little for so long. I now can do anything with nothing. Give me a test tube big enough, I can have babies. They thought it was funny. It's not funny. It's real. There's nothing I said that was false. I suppose, yeah, it's funny. But anyway, that's my plan for them to save $3 million. I got another plan that will save them $100 million. I went to one of the major bus companies here and asked them how much would it cost to have free buses in Auckland. They said $100 million. $100 million. For real. Yeah, $100 million. So I know that all these bypasses they build cost around $200 million each. And they seem to build one every year or so. So that's an immediate saving of $100 million. And when you think about the downstream aspects of it, like there'd be less deaths on the world, and they talk about a death costing $1.5 million, well, fuck me dead. The reality is just so awesome. School principals think it's a wonderful idea. This immediately gives everybody, in effect, a $20 a week raise. See, costing you nothing. And you say, well, how about the original $100 million? Well, do you want to spend $200 million on a bypass, or get a free buses and only cost $100 million? Because you're going to be spending the $200 million if you don't. I think most people, that's what I mean by communist capitalist. That's where the communist system shined, where they can look at these sort of things and see that it's much better to have everybody, in fact, contributing a little bit for something that everybody's going to benefit from. But think about all the real positives that will come out of that. We don't need any more bus stops. And we don't even need that many more buses. Buses now are, what, quarter full. They're only in rush hour, are they getting close to full? So, yeah. makes so much sense, man. And yet they wouldn't even listen to it.